later. This is nonsense! How many times do we have to accept this? Drew McIntyre deserved to win! But if you think that was all, just wait for a few minutes and let's review the top 5 stories that happened at Raw Day 1. Let's start with number 5. Awesome Truth was back. The Miz and R-Truth make a really funny segment with the Judgment Day, with Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonagh, and then the match, that ending with R-Truth in the Judgment Day's corner, tagging JD McDonagh that was completely confused, and then both JD and Dominic making R-Truth hit the Miz, and R-Truth telling the Miz, "I love you," like it was Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair. It was an awesome, perfect segment, really a funny segment. And at the end, Awesome Truth took the victory. Now let's see what happened at number 4. The storyline between Cody Rhodes and Shinsuke Nakamura continues for one more week. And what is gonna happen between Cody Rhodes and Nakamura next week on Monday Night Raw? Nakamura told Cody Rhodes, "I'm letting the American Nightmare dream for one more week, because next week I'm gonna finish your story." And you know, I have said this already, but this new character of Shinsuke Nakamura is completely awesome. It's so natural to Nakamura that we are all thinking why this Nakamura didn't happen before. And I would certainly choose to push this Nakamura to the world titles, but I don't think that WWE is gonna do that. I thought it would make for pretty good storytelling, because if Cody Rhodes loses to Nakamura and then he loses in the Royal Rumble, then he hits rock bottom. Kind of the storyline between Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker, when Shawn Michaels pushed The Undertaker and did anything in his power to actually make The Undertaker accept his challenge for his final match at WrestleMania. That could happen also with Cody Rhodes, and that would make his storyline even more interesting. And for that to happen, Nakamura has to win the match next week. Do you think that WWE is gonna do that? Let me know in the comment section down below. And let's see now what happened at number 3. Nia Jax and Becky Lynch went to battle, and it was a great battle, and it had the perfect result with Nia Jax taking the victory. And I said that on the Raw preview video. The perfect storyline would be to make the man Becky Lynch lose the first time and then make a comeback to actually finally beat Nia Jax. And I see that the storyline is already in motion for what happened at Raw Day 1. You see that on the movies. You see that also in WWE a long time ago doing the same thing. The heroes losing to that awful villain always for the first time and then making a comeback to actually beat that villain in the final possible moment. And that's exactly what's gonna happen between Nia Jax and Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch is probably going to win the next 2 matches and then move on to another storyline. The same thing she did with Trish Stratus. And having Nia Jax beat Becky Lynch and finish that match making her bleed was the perfect touch to actually make Nia Jax look like an impossible rival to beat. What do you think is gonna happen? Let me know in the comment section down below. Now let's see what happened at number 2. The Rock was back at Monday Night Raw. It was a pretty funny segment because there was rumors that a former WWE champion was gonna be at Monday Night Raw, and when that segment was gonna happen, Jinder Mahal, a former WWE champion, appeared, and well, the WWE Universe was completely disappointed. But I kind of knew that there was gonna be something more, because he started to go against the WWE Universe and also against USA. So I kind of knew that somebody was actually going to come and shut his mouth. Of course, I never thought that was gonna be The Rock, but it was a great segment between the two. And by the end of it, actually The Rock hit his people's elbow to Jinder Mahal and sent him out of the ring. But things didn't end there, because The Rock made a great promo by telling us that he wanted to go out for dinner at San Diego, but he didn't know where to sit. And he started saying, hey, I'm maybe gonna sit at a restaurant or maybe at a pub. Or maybe I should sit at the head of the table. Oh, the WWE Universe went crazy after it, and he finishes it just by saying that if they should smell what The Rock is cooking. You know, I'm not sure to believe this, and I'm certainly not going to believe this until I see The Rock at a SmackDown one-on-one against Roman Reigns. Yeah, you know, the reference to the head of the table was very direct and was the first official reference to Roman Reigns made by The Rock on a WWE ring. So that's a lot. But like I said, until I don't see The Rock at a SmackDown, I'm not going to believe this. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section down below. Now let's see what happened at the top moment of the night. Seth Rollins title defense against Drew McIntyre. So you know what? The match was fine, blah 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 blah. And let's go directly to what matters. Seth Rollins retains. And what on earth is WWE thinking? This is nonsense! How many times do we have to accept this? Drew McIntyre deserved to win this match. It was the perfect timing. It was Drew McIntyre's moment, like it was when he faced Roman Reigns at Clash at the Castle. And it was perfect because you have a new Drew McIntyre, a Drew McIntyre that is heel and that he will do anything in his power to win the match. He was going to use the fact that Damian Priest hit Seth Rollins with the briefcase, and that's fine because he's a heel. And they didn't took the moment. So that leaves me wondering, why doesn't WWE want Drew McIntyre as the champion? Because you're gonna tell me this was completely scripted, I know that, because it was so obvious. Look at the video, you see how Seth Rollins looks at the ropes to see if his leg is gonna finally get to the ropes. And he even got the help from the same Drew McIntyre. Where on earth do you see a pin like that? With Drew McIntyre grabbing Seth Rollins' legs with not one hand but with his two hands in order to make sure that the leg gets to the rope. You know, that was too obvious, because it makes me think, why should we care at all about this new Drew McIntyre heel, about this new character? All the reasons for winning the title, because he was not with his family and he needed that title, all those arguments, then they were worth nothing. What is next for this new Drew McIntyre heel? What, is going after Sami Zayn once again? Going after Jey Uso once again? Joining the Judgment Day? This was his moment, and if WWE won Seth Rollins vs CM Punk for the title at WrestleMania 40, they could have done that because they still have 90 days to go there. They still have Elimination Chamber. You could have a Drew McIntyre's reign and then Seth Rollins regain that title before WrestleMania. That would have made things way more interesting than having Seth Rollins just be the champion after Raw Day 1. What's gonna happen next week? I don't know, let me know in the comment section down below. And that's it for today. If you like, please share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.